Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from SegaCDUniverse.com and GravesideEntertainment.com, and this is a video response to KITT171. He had done a video asking about anger issues in video games and whether you've like rage quit and all that type of stuff. So the first thing that came to mind was my friend Jessica and I were sitting down kind of when I first got my 360, I would say. And I had gotten Monster Madness because it looked kind of like, you know, a 3D version of like Gauntlet or something. It really wasn't great, but it was pretty good. And I got up to, I think it was the first boss. It was a grandmother that like was wielding cats, and I think she was like swinging them at you or something weird. Speaking of cats, Stella's right here. So she just jumped on the table. And we must have died. I think it was on easy or normal. It wasn't on like any crazy setting. We must have died so many times that I didn't really have a lot of furniture then, so I was using like a desk chair for me to sit in. I had punched full force the desk chair, and the arm broke off. And I have a goofy picture of me holding the arm in my hand yelling, but she said for a split second she actually got really scared and she thought like I was going to flip out and just start like attacking everything in the room. Then she like settled down and realized it was me, you know, and it's Mike, don't worry, like he was just pissed off. And I calmed down right away. But that's the first thought, and the only time I've ever really like angrily acted out. I've never thrown a controller or like bent it in half and broke it or anything weird. I've kind of always came to my senses and realized, you know, this thing's worth money, why would I break it, and whatever. There's two games specifically. One I had come to almost shut off numerous times. I had this friend Rob, and me and Rob were playing Gears of War, the first one, and we got to General Ram, the last boss, on the most difficult level. I think it was like hardcore. And you know, each part of the game, you really had to be careful what you were doing on hardcore. You really had to like watch what you did, taking it slow and back each other up. We get to this boss, and we must have played it for at least an hour. At this point, I'm like fucking livid. I'm about to quit. I feel like throwing something through the TV. You know, I didn't do any of that. And finally, he dies. Not Ram. My friend Rob dies. And I don't know if I couldn't get to him to res him, or if he was past the point of being able to res, whatever it was. So it's just me. So now Ram's walking at us, and if you don't know the background, you're behind like a pillar, and you're popping up and like, you know, gunning and then like ducking back down so you don't get shot. But he's coming at you, and then he goes over it or goes around it, and then he keeps doing this motion of going around it and shooting you and then coming back. And I ended up blind shooting him like over the shoulder. In Gears of War, you could just kind of throw your gun up behind you and just shoot without looking. But you know, you could see. The character just can't you can't aim. He just aims blindly. And I fucking kill him by blind shooting him. We were like in shock because we were trying to be like, you know, really, we're using like these arrows that explode and these grenades, and we're being like really, you know, on point. Finally, the thing that fucking kills him is blind shooting his ass without looking. So that worked, but that was like crazy. And finally, one game that also came to mind that I remember quitting because it got so difficult I wasn't having fun any longer. In hindsight, I wish I would have given it a couple days and just went back to it, but Conan, is there a subtitle to that? Conan on the 360? I don't know what the full name is. Conan, okay. I got to the last boss, and from what I remember, it's some kind of thing that has tentacles. I know. It has tentacles, and the tentacles are kind of like going around like a, like the horses on a carousel. And they're going around, and some are going up, some are going down, and you have to like jump over some, duck under some, jump over. But while you're doing that and you're trying to attack the thing in the middle, these creatures that are like look like tar, like they're black, like oil, are coming at you, and you have to attack them. So they're hindering you because now you can't jump. And I must have died like 15 times. I said, you know what? Fuck this game. I'm just not having fun anymore. And I completely shut off the game and never beat it. So those are my 3 instances. It was just a funny topic, so thanks for throwing it up there. So Monster Madness that broke a chair, that's going to be the picture of this video's, what do they call it? Snapshot. I'm going to make it that on YouTube, so you'll see what I mean. Conan for Xbox 360 I just shut off, and Gears of War we eventually beat on the most difficult level, but my god, it must have taken like an hour or two to beat him. So thank you for the funny story, and there's mine. Thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from SegaCityUniverse.com and GravesEntertainment.com. Be good.